Hey guys, this is Janessa from Job Visual Animation. Today, I'll be discussing my top 3 kingdom building based manga. The first one is Isekai Apocalypse Minogra. The conquest of the world starts with the civilization of Ruin. So basically, the story is about a boy named Takuto. Most of his life, he was in a hospital bed, and the only thing he could do was play games. And one game he played was a simulation game called Eternal Nations. And so, basically, since he was in his bed the whole time, he became the most legendary player, then died.
Damn.
And so after that, he wakes up in a new world, right? And the first person he sees is a hero that he had in the game. So now initially we're thinking that he has now isekai'd into the game world that he used to play when he was in the hospital.
What's isekai again?
So isekai is basically just when you are transported into another world. It's mostly after like when you die. So like when you see those like memes that just that you see a picture of just like a bus, no, like a truck. Bye guys, because the trope is the main character gets hit by a bus, a truck, then they get isekai in another world. So that's why the isekai is in the name. So now he's in a whole new world with his companion Ato, his first hero. And so not only does he remember his past, but she also remembers her time being in the game. And so basically in the first chapter, they both agree to do like how they did in the game and just create a kingdom. I think just the base, just like the basic like art that is shown most of the time in the story is pretty good. But like what I really like about it is that when there's something serious happening, like a extreme fight scene or something, like they really put a lot of detail. Yes, they put a lot of detail in the characters. Like Atel, there's a lot of scenes where she gets angry. When she gets angry, they really make her like look angry, right? And yeah, they just put all these extra lines on her face that really just makes her look different. But she's, I gotta say, one of my favorite characters because, like, the main character, he proclaims himself to be a pacifist, and so she also says she's a pacifist. But when you go to the story, she's obviously not a pacifist.
Shit,
DL?
Download
what? Killer? So she literally just saying that just to be with, like, just to be, oh, we're on the same page. They're not. But I like when she, like, how they draw her when she gets angry in a fight. Yeah, she gets serious. Like when someone when someone injures her and she like gets really mad. She was like,
you said, "I stop playing me."
She's like, I'm literally the first hero. I shouldn't be in this situation. So that's one. And okay, how the author just portrayed like despair in the story was like really good. Like these two characters, they really went through something, and you can see it, and like you can see that they literally kind of like lost their minds for a minute. They lost their minds. They weren't following directions anymore. In the story, the story overall was let me see. It's good because I love a kingdom building, and that's exactly what they give us from chapter 1. Chapter 1, chapter 26, kingdom building. I don't need a question about it. And it's not boring. It's pretty exciting throughout the chapters. Also one thing I loved is the main character's growth.
Okay.
So I mean it is just 26 chapters, but from how he acted in the beginning to how he is now, like I like it. He's now acting more serious about like kingdom building, like taking over the world now. Okay, so the next manga is called Her Majesty's Swarm. How it's going right now is pretty good. Like, there's 42 chapters. The sum of the story is good. So, like, she was a college girl, enjoyed playing a game called Archina, and it was a strategy game. So it's kind of similar to the first manga. And then one day, she just finds herself in a world similar to the game. So, basically in the game, she was a queen and she controlled insects that are spiders, collectively known as a swarm. And so in the game, she promised them victory. And so now in this world, they keep asking her about, when are we gonna get our victory? When are we gonna get our victory? And now she's lost, saying, I don't know what you're talking about.
She promised spiders victory?
So, yeah. And, like, so it's hard, like, so throughout the thing, she's kind of nervous because they're a collective, you know? Like a beehive.
Because they go kill her on sight if she don't keep a promise.
And so they're like a spider web, right? They're all connected. She's the main base, and they can feel her feelings. So she has to be calm at all times, because she can't get nervous, or like they can feel it.
Oh my god!
But they're really loyal to her. So I don't really know that they're going to go kill her. I mean, she said she started making up some random ass quests for them, saying this is towards the victory.
Had a side quest.
Because she doesn't really know what she's doing. I don't know where the story is going. They just like the summer just tells us what happened to bring her to where she is now. The art style's good. The art style, like the basic art style. So like when I just say basic, I'm talking about like there's 10 chapters. That one chapter in a battle scene, top tier. He spent a whole week on that one page. That one scene. Right? But in this, it's like all of it is good. And then that one good scene, he spent 2 weeks on it, on that one drawing of her. Okay, so third one is called Death Attribute Magician, the Death Mage who doesn't want a fourth time.
Period.
So main character is Amamiya Hiroto, and first chapter right off the bat we see his tragic backstory. I mean, like, yeah, so he went through a very, very hard life.
He was in the gutter?
He was being tortured.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I'm just gonna explain like the first chapter because it's the first chapter, right? So it's not really spoiled. I'm just trying to bring you onto it. But first chapter, he's getting tortured. They're trying to get his powers. He has like death magic. That's why he's a death mage. Something happens. Something happens. He escaped, right? So he tried to escape with the rest of these people that are also being experimented on.
Okay, yeah, basically.
Right?
I got it.
So he leaves the building to see a bunch of people outside, and they're all his classmates. So pause.
Hold up. Okay, go ahead then.
Pause and tell you about that. So basically, I think when it says, you know, he doesn't want a fourth time. So where he's at right now being tortured isn't his original life. That's his isekai. So basically so I think him and his classmates were isekai to another world, right? So like I said, like you don't need to die to isekai, but it mostly is dying. But sometimes, like, let's just say a fantasy world where a king would summon a classroom to go fight the demon lord.
Wow.
That's not this story, but so they've been isekai'd to that world. Him and his classmates. He doesn't know what happened to his classmates. He just know that something. I think they left or something, and they ain't come back. So he went out there. He sees his classmates and he's smiling. He's, oh my god, they did come back. When I first saw it, I was like, that doesn't make sense. At that same moment, you want to escape. But then again, he was smiling. He's smiling. Like, oh my gosh, you guys came back. And then who did it? I don't know. I remember a boy and a girl. I think a boy literally shot magic. It was magic. They shot magic at him, and he got shot like twice, and he fell on the ground. And they're like, "Oh my gosh, he was that easy," and he's like, "What?"
Somebody call me easy is never good. How would you say that?
Right? But it was just because he was his guard was down. So that happens. He dies. Then he goes back up to the empty space of where he meets God. Right? So God is the one that actually isekai'd them.
Period.
No period.
No period.
No period.
No period. Okay.
Because he goes up there and he's over here trying to punch God real quick. But like he was saying like, "Oh my gosh, I feel so sorry about what I just did to you."
Who said that?
God. So from what their conversation was, I think that God isekai'd that whole classroom with him. They got powers, but he didn't. So I don't know how he got the powers in the first place. It was a cute little thing.
How was the art style?
Okay, so the art style, I'm not gonna say it's bad because it's not bad. It's just different. Like how it's just drawn different, right? So you compare it to the other ones. I would say my favorite is the Swarm, and then the Isekai Apocalypse one. But this one is literally just because it's drawn different. For how the story is right now, because I think there's gonna be more, right? I feel like he's one day going to meet his classmates, and I hope he obliterates them. But for right now, I'd give it a 7 out of 10.
7 out of 10.
The story's good. The side characters are good. It's a good story. So basically, those are my personal 3 favorite kingdom building mangas at this time. But I guess you can see, the pattern mostly. I don't know why, but the ones I just like the most are the ones where they play the games and got isekai into the game, and now they're trying to. It's all strategy based. Yeah, so don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, comment down your favorite manga. Here you can check out another video, and see you in the next video.